Hi everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do another one of my weekly budget with me videos. Please excuse my daughter's feet in the background. I hope it's not too distracting. But that's basically where she likes to hang out when I'm filming these videos. Okay, so basically the way I do my budget, if you guys are not familiar, I budget out our budget for the month, and then I also do our cash flow plan for every single paycheck. My husband gets paid currently on Wednesdays. He's just finishing up his 90-day new hire probation period. So I believe once he's finished with that, it actually might move back to Fridays. So if that's the case, we'll have to update things there. But I basically like to budget out a year in advance as good as I can, and then go through each quarter and make adjustments, and then monthly, and then again weekly. So basically every week I come onto my budget, and what I do is I log onto my bank account and I find out how much my husband got paid versus what I had originally budgeted. And then I go through and I use Dave Ramsey's zero-based budget to tell my money where to go. So this is a really great tool if you're trying to get a hold of your spending habits, if you're trying to start managing your money, if you're looking for extra money that you can start saving, if you have a financial goal you're trying to reach, or just to find out where is the money going. This is something that's really great to start doing. And so I basically have here my budget. Each week budgeted out, and then on the side here I have all of the different bank accounts that we have, so I can basically balance my checkbook or balance my bank account within those accounts as well. So that's kind of what's working for me. I do a little bit of color coding as well. You guys don't have to do that. So I thought let's go ahead and do this weekly budget with me series so you can kind of see how I do it. Alright, so let's jump in. So I'm going to jump on my bank account here, and I'm going to find out what my husband actually got paid. Okay, so my husband's paycheck was $716.25. So roughly $544 of that is his base pay. They've been working overtime. So if I take the $716.25 and I subtract it from the $544, my husband had $172.25 of overtime. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in here. And I'm going to just open this up. And I'm going to go ahead and change this to black because I know now that that is actually in our income account. So like I mentioned, we have different accounts. So our income account is where if I'm paying myself out of my business, I do a direct deposit into my income. My husband gets direct deposit into the income account. So everything goes into the income account. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. So now if you noticed when I originally budgeted, if we scroll down to the bottom here, it's no longer a zero. It shows that I have the extra $172, so I need to tell it where to go. Now this is where I would fall short before when I used to not budget. I would only account for bills that had a due date, and I would just say, okay, my rent's covered, my cell phone's covered, and that's about it. And I wouldn't budget for anything else. I wouldn't budget for food. I wouldn't budget for fun. I wouldn't budget for saving. Like Ricky and I had no savings to speak of. Now we've been following Dave Ramsey's steps, so not only are we debt-free, but we have our emergency fund finally saved. So now here we have long-term savings. So we're saving for our down payment for a house, and we're starting our financial freedom, our investing savings account very slowly. If you're following Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, he's going to say baby step 3 is to have your 3 to 6 months of living expenses covered as an emergency fund. And then, so that's basically what he calls 3A. And then 3B is if you're not already in a house, is to save for at least 20% down on a home. Normally you would not start baby step 4, which is putting 15% of your income towards investing retirement, until you're at baby step 4. We're kind of starting it a little sooner, so that's something we're doing a little bit differently from what Dave Ramsey's saying, just because we are 35, we're turning 36 this year, so I don't want to start any later, to be honest with you. So even if we're just putting 5% away, it's something that we're putting away. Basically, like I was just saying, we're kind of finishing out baby step 3B, and 4, we're kind of getting into 4 at the same time. So if you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps are, I am going to make another video on that as well. Okay, so I was kind of going on a little tangent there, you guys. Sorry. I have about $170 I need to tell where to go. Now, our original goal here for long-term savings is we want to save, because we know Ricky's working overtime, we're going to be doing 20% of our total income here. And then our other goal here is to do 5% of just Ricky's base pay, just because we really want to emphasize on saving for that down payment for a house. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take, I like to budget out this 20% based off the month budget, not week by week. So if you guys were doing an automatic schedule, then you might want to say, okay, 10% of every paycheck is automatically being transferred. I transfer things personally, so I do it a little bit differently. So if I wanted to compare what I originally budgeted versus what we actually spent, then I would not update my budget over here. So I would just look over here. I like to update this as I go. I'm going to take $2,918.26. I'm going to times that by 0.20, so I get my 20%. So I get $583.65. So let me just change that right here. Now, last week, if you watched, I budgeted out the 4th, and I originally I did 5% of just Ricky's base pay, and it actually was about $108. We went ahead and said we're just going to do $100 across the board down there because we want to just try to save a little bit more. However, in this week, we actually ended up spending that money down here in the fun category. I ended up buying some more camping gear. I mentioned, if you guys saw before, we did a camping trip and all of our chairs were basically done for, so I ended up buying some more camping chairs and things like that. So I went ahead and just adjusted it down here, and so I took it out of what I was going to be putting into the business savings. So I now need to change this back to the $100 that our goal is. So I'm going to change that back to 100. Okay, and then coming back down, our gifts, same thing. We want to do 5% of Ricky's base pay, so we're going to up that to $100. And then we're going to go down to our fun, and we want to bring that up to $100. So I'm just going to add, so I need to add $12 to the $79.80. So this is actually going to be $91.80. Okay, so now I have the $100. If you see, I have the $100 here, right? So I still have $47.76 left to tell it where to go. Also, if you saw last week, I originally had nothing budgeted for household. So I actually needed to restock on toothpaste and toilet paper and sponges, and then I actually bought us a strawberry plant and a few little gardening tools. We're going to start our own little garden on the patio because we have said that we're going to go ahead and be patient saving for a house. We are going to be staying in the apartment that we're in for at least 2 years so we can accomplish the goals that we want to do. So I'm going to start a small little patio garden. So I started with one strawberry plant. So that's kind of what this is here. So I needed to take this somewhere from this $34 from somewhere, right? So I took it from my daughter's commission jobs. I'm going to go ahead and refill their commission jobs. We've already gone through 1 week. They did not do commission jobs for that first week. Sorry, she's all over the place. My daughters can earn their age, so $7 and $3 each week, so $7 and $3 each week, by chores. Basically, they have a handful of chores that are age appropriate, and I just make every chore worth $1. So if Arcadia does 5 chores, she earned $5. If Elsa does 1 chore, she earned $1. Last week we didn't really do anything pertaining to that, so I'm just going to go ahead and budget out for the rest of the month. Arcadia's back to $21, and then Elsa back to the $9, okay? Because I want to make sure that I'm still encouraging them to work for their money, and Arcadia is now getting into the stage where we're doing save, spend, and give. Elsa's still just big piggy bank style. Okay, so now let's see what we have left. Okay, so we have $23.50 left. So what I'm going to do, I could just add it all up here to long-term savings, but sometimes I like having rounded numbers. So I'm just going to up this up to $600. We're just going to make it $600, make it easy, and let's see what we have left. So I have $7.15 left. I'm actually going to add that to our fun account this time because we are going to go camping again this weekend. So now that summer is coming, we love camping at the lake. It's really the best thing for us to do here in Arizona. So we are going to be kind of going, Ricky right now is not working Saturdays because they're almost done with their project. So that's kind of why he had lower, if you saw here, he only had $172 of overtime instead of $300 because they didn't work Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and go camping again. We're going to maybe go every other week or at least once a month up until the summer's over. So I'm just going to add that $7 to fun. I know that's not like a ton money extra, but hey, that could pay for some of the food, right? So if I subtract it. I don't have to do math on my calculator. I just know, okay, I have $98.95 left. So I can just plug that in, and that's where I got, okay? So now you see here I have 0. So I've told every dollar where to go. So I've finished out budgeting out the month, so I know for the month where is it going. So now I need to go back to this pay period. So what is coming out of for the pay period, right? So if I have here, let's start, so I start at the top and work my way down. I want 600, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 600 minus what I originally budgeted, the 548.88. So that means I need to add $51.12 to this 147 is 198.18. Okay, so see here I have 600 and now I have 600, and then I have this paycheck. I'm putting $198.18 in there. I hope that makes sense. So now next thing, so 100, we've already reached that. So the next one is 100, we haven't reached it. So I'm going to do the same thing. So out of that $100, I already had budgeted originally the $34.62. So I need to add $65.38 to the $11.79. So that gives me $77.17. So as you see, now we have $100 allocated, and that's how much is coming out of there. Okay, these other two are already at 100, so we're leaving that alone. Now we have our giving, same thing. I'm going to take the $100 minus the $87.66, so I need to put $12.34 here. Also what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these orange once I know they're in the checking account, they're in the income account, and they haven't been spent or they haven't been transferred out of the account yet. Okay, so it's a mental note for me. Okay, so I'm going to come back down to my necessities and the areas that I've changed. So I just make sure that what I budgeted matches up this amount, so I know that that's what I've budgeted, right? So these ones I'm not going to change. I'm just going to make them orange, so I know that I have that in the account now. Okay, so just so you have an idea, so rent, I have to budget a little bit out of each paycheck to cover rent for the next month. Groceries, I usually have some money coming out of the first 2 paychecks. I have other bills that are due, so I have those coming out of, usually they're coming out, I have them in the account anywhere from 1 to 3 paychecks ahead of time. And then gas is kind of like groceries. The first 2 paychecks cover my expenses for the month. Okay, so here's what we have that's allocated this week. We have some money for groceries, we have Ricky's cell phone, we have our electricity, we have some gas money, we have our car insurance, and now right here is where we're going to update the girls' commission jobs. We're going to do the $21 and the $9. I'm going to go ahead and make those orange. So last area is our fund category. So I have left the $19.15. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in there. And I'm going to go ahead and change that to orange. So that's what I have. So I have budgeted that, okay? So now what I have to do is I actually have to go into the bank account and start transferring the money that I have to the correct checking accounts that I want to do. To start off though, I'm going to go in right here in my income account, and I'm going to plug in from that income account how much money is currently allocated to that expense. So I have that much. I have $198 toward savings. I have $77.17 that needs to be transferred to the business savings. This $43, that's basically money that I still have. I ordered a book on Amazon. Amazon does not take the money out of your account until they ship the book. So I just have that here so I know, a mental note, that this is still money that needs to come out of the income account so I don't accidentally spend it. That is a good tip I have for you guys here. So we have $12.34 for giving. We have $42.16. Now you notice here we had $11.08 last week. It's gone now because that bill has come out. So once it comes out, I take it out of there, or if I've spent a portion of it, I adjust the number. So for instance, groceries, so we have $87.13 left for groceries. So what I need to do is add this 65 to it, okay? So I have $87.13 plus 65, so that's $152.13. Okay, so that's how much I have left for groceries for the rest of the month. So what I want to do is kind of give myself a mental note. Okay, I have 3 weeks left that I need to cover groceries for. So I'm going to divide that by 3. So I know if I want to have an okay rest of the month and I'm not going over budget, that I need to restrain us to $50 a week. And that's usually what works for us. Like I said, we usually spend a good amount at the beginning of the month, and then the other 3 weeks are just kind of more upkeep. Milk and bread for the girls, maybe a few things for side dishes, but pretty much our meats are pretty much covered for the month, things like that. Okay, so we're going to keep going down. So we're going to go ahead and say, all right, we have the 35 for Ricky's phone. We have our electricity bill ready. So now we're at gas. So we had $11.02 left from our $53. And so I need to add that $11 to the $86.87. So we have $97.89 left for gas for the month. And I'm going to try to restrain myself from driving around unnecessarily. So, all right, so car insurance we have in there. Sorry, you guys, this video is kind of a chatty one. So the motorcycle insurance, if you notice here, it's in this one. This is our necessities account. So so I have $15 towards rent in the necessities account. I have $21 towards our insurance in the necessities account. So I'm gonna transfer some money here in a minute. Okay, so we have $21 and $9 allocated. So this is just another way to kind of look at your checking account in a different way. So instead of just seeing I have $800 in the checking account, by doing this and saying this money's already allocated to these things, then you're less inclined to just spend random money. The other thing is, by having different accounts or using the cash envelope system, if you transfer money to a different account or you take the money out of the bank account, it helps to manage your spending as well. So we're going to say that we have the $19.50. Still had $6.70 left in the fun account. So basically $870 is currently what's in our income checking account, and I'm gonna start moving money to the correct accounts. Okay, so you guys aren't seeing me, flip back and forth between the bank accounts, right? Because I'm actually online as well. So I'm on the computer, I'm online, so I'm doing all of this at the same time. So once I go through and I adjust my budget, and then I go through and I adjust the weekly amounts, and then I know, okay, this is what's in the income account towards what. Now I go back onto my bank account and I transfer the money to the appropriate savings or other checking account, okay? So now I know in my income account I have $198.14 that I'm going to transfer to my long-term savings account. So now what I'm going to do is I will add it on the side here. I'm not going to show you my running total for my savings account now. So transferring that. So basically what I do then is I add that to my running total over on my savings account, which I've done, and then I subtract it out of there. So I know that's not in the income account anymore. And then I make this black because I know it's not in the income account. But I keep this orange because I know it's still money there. Okay, same thing. So the $77.17 goes into the business. So I don't have the business account on here. This is our personal account. I have a separate budget form just like this that I've made for my business budget. So I've put that money over on my business form, which is just over on the Excel sheet a little ways. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that out of the income account because it's not an income account anymore. Again, this money is still there. I'm just waiting for that payment to clear, so I'm going to leave that money in there. The $12.34, transferred that over to our giving savings account. I've mentioned this before. We're basically just putting money in there every month. We use it for birthdays, any holidays, and then every quarter we're trying to donate a good lump sum to a charity. So then those are individual accounts, so I just have that amount is there. Now, because I want to move money over to the necessities account, I need to look at a few of the totals here. We're not using cash envelope. We were using cash envelopes for groceries, and this is when we didn't have a good spending habit. We didn't have a good routine on groceries. So what we do, though, is we leave grocery money and gas money and the girls' money in the income account. The girls' money I will take out cash for. I pay them in cash, so I do need to go to the ATM and take some cash out. And then everything else needs to be transferred to necessities. So I need to add up what is going to necessities to transfer over. Okay, so I have $42.16 for the 35, $68.20 for the 95.28. So I need to transfer $240.64 from my income account to my necessities account. So basically the necessities account are all of those bills, those monthly consistent bills that most of them have due dates, and they come out automatically. So that way I know I have that money in there. So now I'm just going to move my numbers on my budget form just so I know what I've moved over, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move this over. So we have the 95.28. That stayed there. We have the 68.20. So you see I'm adding it. I'm deleting it off of the other one. We have the 35. And now I need to add that $42.16 to the $15. I have $57.94 in my necessities account that is allocated towards our rent payment, okay? So again, all of these are going to stay orange right now because it's not spent yet. It's not gone. It's not into a savings account that will be gone for a while, and basically it's not spent. So it's going to stay orange until it is officially spent. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So now if I come down, the last one I have is fun. I need to transfer this $19.15 to our fun account. I need to add it to the $6.70 that's already in there. Image for you. So in my fun account, we actually have $25.85. And that's our fun checking account, okay? So this way I have a running total here of what's in what accounts. Again, I'm not showing you the savings account right now. I'm going to do a separate video on our savings goals and where we're at on that. But basically, I know now I have $323.19 in my income account. I have $277 in my necessities account. We have $25 in our fun account. Ricky still has $12, and I still have $1.47. So that's just kind of how I know. So this is me doing my balancing my checkbook or my account within my budget. Again, you guys, you don't have to do things like that. That's just like what I like to do. So I just wanted to show you exactly step by step what I do, how I do it. Don't forget to save as you're going because that would suck. Budget it based on what we've actually got paid versus what was budgeted. And then I have allocated everything. I've told it where to go. And then I've transferred the money to the according accounts. So then what I do, like I said, I come on each week. So what I'll end up doing before I see what Ricky made, or sometimes I will update this in the middle of the week. It kind of just depends on how I feel. But if a bill has been paid, so say this $43 comes out, I'll go ahead and update this. I'll just delete it out so I know it's updated. So sometimes I might balance my checkbook midweek, or I'll wait for the week to go. A lot of these bills, they have specific due dates. So the phone comes out, it's not due till the 17th. But I have the money in there by the 11th. I have the money in early. Same thing, electricity isn't even due till the 22nd, but I have the money in there. Car insurance and motorcycle insurance, they don't come out till the 28th, but I already have the money in there. So that's just, so this money, some of this money is going to sit there for a couple weeks, but once it comes out, I'll just delete it off of my thing so I know. Same thing, if I end up adding money to any of them, then I'll adjust it here each week. So I hope this helps you in some way by seeing how I kind of do my week. I hope it inspires you to get on a zero-based budget, do a cash flow plan so you can really start not just managing your money, but reaching those financial goals that you do have. And if you don't have any financial goals, I really encourage you to make some financial goals, because then budgeting becomes fun. It's not like restraint at all. It's fun because you have something that you're shooting for. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye. Made for my fidget, for my fidget.